Hi, Dio Branded here. It's not the first time that I am showing my face, but I am not used to it because it's not like the main uh, format that my videos are presented. But I don't have any problem showing my face. I just wanted to talk a lot about this video because it's gonna be a small guide about how to play against Sprite using branded deck. I'm gonna show like the deck that I used to master one, which is this one. And yeah, I also used a vertical version that got me to Masters 2, but then I couldn't get to Masters 1. Like I was de-ranking to Masters 3, then going to Masters 2, then going to Masters 3, and it was annoying. The deck is consistent. This vertical version without the Despia package, without Tragedy, Foolish Burial, Cold Sarcophagus, and Ad Libitum, um, is okay. I feel that some consistency is lost because you are not having access to Gold Sarcophagus and Foolish Burial to get to Aluber and then Blood Diffusion, but it's alright. It's hard to fit only 40 cards. But yeah, the problem with this deck is that when you are playing against a Sprite, going second, your best your best bet or the best thing that you could try to get is either getting hand traps or super poly. And the problem is that Sprite can play through hand traps. So only Super Poly against Sprite, getting full boards is okay. Okay. By the way, I have a number of decks that I have copied from my opponents during my grind. There are things like Sisticar, Matmec Salamangrade, um, Sprite Elements, other versions of Matmec, um, Adamancipator. All those decks are on the Discord. If you want to join, you are free, you are welcome. And then just to talk a bit more about this deck, I think this has a better matchup against Sprite. You have a lot of power spells, and take into account that Sprite only has Carrot as a negate for spells. And it's very hard for them like to know what to negate because they don't know your hand. You can allure, you can cause sarcophagus, desires, then dropping a triple tag is very annoying for them. And all the time you are baiting for the ash, baiting for the carrot. You also have grass. You also have the main card, which is breath infusion. And the only sorry, the last thing, the last thing that you want to see is like the consistency of the deck. Is it's okay, it's alright. For example, here you could like activate deployment, get Cartesia. Cartesia activates to get Grankinol, and then you could get access to Aluber, but in this case, you banish both Alubers. So that's why the Cyrus is iffy, it's weird sometimes to activate it. That's why in my last version, I am not running Desires. This is another example. You, for example, could activate the Beast Rebellion, get Magna Hot, activate Regained, draw another card. It's alright, it's not the best, but it's not the worst neither. Another option could be like sending Banishment, normal Albion, getting a Bestial, and then just make Verte Lubellion pass. I mean, Verte Mirror J pass. There is a lot of gas here. There is a lot of gas, like you can banish those one, another Bestial, draw two more. Then you have access to desires. You can decide what you want to do. But still, desires is a bit iffy because you are going to. This is another example. It's alright. I feel the consistency is good. It's good enough to always have plays. And if sometimes you high roll, you can break a lot of boards. So let's go to the replays. So these five are like the replays that I was able to recover from Masters 3 to Master 1. There were more, but I tried to find like a game against Sprite where I lost. I remember having one, but it was already deleted Also, I lost a couple of more games against Sprite where I won, so it's alright. And then I think this one is against Sprite, and this one is also against Sprite. So let's gonna watch some of those games. Top 100 player from the qualifier. He just doesn't click at shiny yellow. And yeah, you can expect almost always like the same Enbor, Masquerina, Elf, all that good stuff. Now let's see what they got. So they got a monster negate, an spell or trap negate, Masquerina that could be a unicorn, could be Abramax, could be another elf. Then they got Catty that on a summon they got a knock negate, and they also got elf for follow up or to recover one of these two guys. So that's too much. That's full combo. While we have Super Poly, and this is the first tip, I would always recommend to Super Poly the Elf and the Carrot, because those are like, Carrot is the main threat to this deck. Like, if they negate Branded Fusion, you're in a big trouble. If you are able to get to Branded Fusion, you have outs, you have ways to play against Sprite. But take into account that Carrot negates the effect, not negates the activation. So if you activate Branded Fusion and they negate with Carrot, you cannot activate another Branded Fusion. If they, for example, get Herald and you activate Branded Fusion, Herald negates the activation. That means that, for example, you have a Tragedy on the graveyard, you can activate Tragedy, banish it, and set Branded Fusion, and you can activate it again because the activation was negated, not the effect. The same for Ash. Like, if you Branded Fusion and they Ash, you cannot activate another Branded Fusion because the effect was negated. So yeah, let's see how we navigate through this. So Gold Sarcophagus, probably we're gonna banish either Tragedy or Mercurier. I will banish Tragedy to get access to Aluber and then get access to Brand Fusion. And we're always trying to debate because we have triple tag, and this is like the board breaker against Sprite. We're trying to debate something like a negate or just any activation. Again, we're trying to debate. They are not falling for that. And we are getting Baldrake instantly because this is like a very strong interruption. Like, if they try to summon anything else, Baldrake is very useful. Again, we are trying to get Drusgore because um, on the summoning of Baldrake, they can activate Catty and they will have access to Herald. We have to get Drusgore to the field before they have the Ogni negation. And because they know that they use red now, they cannot activate red again. And that's correct because if Drusgorn hits the field, I have a way to use Baldrake, and also I get like the send to the graveyard effect of Drusgorn, which are two interruptions. Now with this, he's only using one interruption for my 2 interruptions. And then I super poly. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, you know what to get. They didn't get Melfi of the Forest, which is annoying for them because they cannot activate it on Boldrake or Garura. They cannot negate their effects, and we can attack with both. Now, because I guess we draw here because we need more gas. Yeah, and we also got Desires. I first summon Aluber to make sure that I don't banish my branded fusions. It could happen with 2 copies. Banish 10, and we still get more gas. Look at that. We also banish 1 branded fusion, it's fine. It's inconsequential uh, what Desires banish, at least in this case. And yeah, let's go for branded fusion. The opponent makes an interesting play to use Herald now or to summon Herald now because now my cards are gonna be banished. And knowing that, we banish a Mercurier. So now we're gonna get rid of the Herald. We're also gonna activate Mercurier because it's a free search. Masquerade is gonna be activated, but also Rimbrun can negate the effects of monsters from the extra deck. They are gonna activate Herald, which is fine because that means they have 1 less body to link for Masquerina. I saw that play and I was fine with that because now they don't have access to the goddess. They only have 2 bodies to do anything. So even if they got value from that small chain resolution, it's not that impressive. Like we can beat over Elf and whatever he brings back. Terura also draws a card. Very unlucky for them. We also have Magna Hot. We hold the Magna, and it paid off. Now we get the Vistal Rebellion. We can also get Cartesia. We can keep going on. Like we still have a lot of gas with Allure, with Cartesia, getting Granginol, sending something else. We also can get a draw from Regain, but this is already game on board. So that's GG. Let's see another game. So one of the advantages to play a grass deck is that sometimes you can draw grass. And if the opponent has Ash, if we have also access to branded fusion, we can start making the plays. In some way, grass is like a cross out or a call by the grave on the sense that is Ash bait. So grass resolves. And yeah, that happened. Now let's see another game. Okay, in this game we are going second. We got Maxi though. Um, yeah, we first look at the deck size and it's 40 cards. 40 card decks don't run gamma, like it's not that popular on 40 card decks. It's more popular on 60 card decks like grass decks. And even then, they can try to deck you out. At least when I was trying to climb with 40 card deck branded bestials, I got decked out like 5 times against a grass deck that just keep summoning, keep special summoning, uh, Pong variants, grass spiral. I think even add emancipator because of the Shizu cards, because of Necrophase. It's always so annoying. But against 40 cards, it's fine to not play around Gamma and play around triple tag. And it worked. We're playing against Sprite and they don't have a way to um, make a board under Max T. And we also draw grass. We know that they don't have Ash because they didn't Ash the Max T. So, yeah, you could say this is a high roll. I agree with that. But yeah, saying that Maxi is copying on 60 card decks is not entirely true. It can still win games. And yeah, grass is like an overkill. Let's see how we play through this. We send Retribution. Retribution gets you. Okay, because we already open Branded Fusion, we get Branded Loss. Knowing that they correctly summon Carrot, take into account Branded Loss stops the negation of activations, not negation of effects. So if you activate Branded Fusion, if they activate Ash, Branded Fusion gets negated because the effect is negated. If they activate Carrot to negate Branded Fusion is negated because the activation, no, I mean, the effect is negated, but not the activation. For example, Baron the Floor, if they try to negate Branded Fusion is going to resolve because Baron negates the activation of cards, not the effects. The same for Herald of the Arclight. Herald of the Arclight negates the activations, so if you activate Branded Fusion and they have an Arclight and they responded, they didn't do anything. So take that into account. You can also make some small combos with Branded Loss on field after Branded Fusion is resolved. The goal here is to get rid of Carrot. Is the main threat right now. So we get Mercurier, we can also activate, oh, we can get First for Cartesia. And we also got Ash, so they don't get the Omni negation of Arc-like. Also with test for Maxi, they didn't activate Maxi with Cartesia, so it's very good, or it's very correct to activate Ash. This is a small combo that you can do. When you banish Mercurier, you can search for Albion. In this case, because I already had Albion, I searched for Cartesia. But you can search for Albion, send Branded Sword, and Branded Sword can give you back the Mercurier. And you draw a card, in this case, Super Polymerization. So this is a very high rolly game in my favor. Now, I triple tag, I try to get a monster from my opponent's field that is obviously Carrot. They are forced to negate. Because they are forced to negate, we can activate Branded Fusion. That's game. So even though you are high rolling, you have to be conscious of the threats that the opponent can make. Ash, Carrot are very annoying, and you should play around them correctly. Okay, this is another game where we are going second. We are used to that. And I remember this game because this was a D-rank game for me. If I lost this game, I was going to Masters 4. I think it was the first game with. No, it's not. It wasn't my first game with Grass, but I think I was going to the rank from this game, and this guy was already rank 1 master. So yeah, it was do or die for me. Let's speed up. Like we all know the fight combo. It's nothing creative. It's nothing like super interesting. And let me say something first. This is kind of the choke point. It's not really a choke point, but ashing the nimble anger is the best ash target that you could have because they are using two materials to get to sprint and the point of a sprint is getting two more materials, right? But if you ash the angler, they end on a very weak board or on a weaker board that otherwise is full combo. So if we are able to ash here, they are gonna miss a Masquerina maybe or the Caddy or maybe like the negations from the small sprites. I don't know. This is probably the best target for Ash. If you don't want to Ash during their turn because they have a red or because you can like feel they have a cross out or a call by, you can keep the Ash for your turn for a Maxi or for the Caddy. Melfi of the Forest, there's Caddy, Kitty Caddy, normal Caddy because they didn't normal, and get red. So in this case, they didn't got Carrot, which is the most annoying card for me. They also don't have access to Carrot on the graveyard, so it's most likely a game without Carrot. So we start with Branded Regain because they are gonna. This card is gonna give me another draw. We draw two. We banish Droodsworn. I guess I wanted to keep Falling of Albas because we can first normal Albas, evade the negation of red, and then we can special Cartesia without having to use Albion. We got Maxi, okay. We Allure again. Okay, we banish Albion, it's fine. And we got Grass. Okay, it's kind of a high roll, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we have a lot of gas. Um, let's see how it goes. Okay, they got a call by the grave. I think this is correct because, well, I don't exactly know if it's correct, but if they didn't call by, we could have sent Retribution, and Retribution could give us access to Branded Fusion. So there is that. And they don't have a negate for that. Okay, now Branded Sword can also give us Albion, and we haven't activated Albion, so we can keep drawing. Albion sending Retribution, so we got Retribution anyway. So maybe Callby wasn't the best. You can also send the missing piece, which is Tragedy, to get access to Alubert. Okay, so now like we have too many ways to play this. I think this is already game. And the way he played, could be said that it's interesting. I guess we didn't mill Branded Loss, or we milled Branded Loss. So the other thing we can do is, because we know that Aluber is gonna resolve, we can search for Branded Fusion and keep the Retribution for Branded Lost. Melficati, I mean, we were lucky to draw Ash, so we are gonna negate the Ogni. But they got another call by, so it's fine. It's fine. So they search Nimble, the other Nimble, Nimble Beaver, but there is no Penny. So we know that the other card should be Penny. So they got Nimble Beaver, Penny, Caddy, something like that. And we know all the other cards. So this is no information. Okay, they negate Aluber. Aluber can't attack anymore. They revive Jet for follow up. That's fine. I feel that Maxi is another kill here. Like we didn't need Maxi to win this game, but I mean, it is what it is. And we draw super polymerization. But we should have won without the super poly or with Maxi because we have access to branded lost. We have access to branded fusion, so they cannot negate with Herald. Then we can go for Albion. Albion can get Lubelion or can get Rimbron. And yeah, from there it's just game, in my opinion. We can also special Cartesia if they try to target something or just do something else. We can chain Cartesia to get Granginol and go from there. It's crazy. Okay, they use the red negate. It doesn't matter. We have many plays. That's why I say that the grass version has an edge over Sprite because there is so much there is so much gas and there is so much grass that if we just want a monster negate or just want a spell trap negate, is probably not enough. This time we are going first. The opening is okay, I guess. We got access to Aluber and Aluber keep Brother Fusion. Alright. And they got Dash. The thing with the Sprite is that probably they are better going second against Branded because they got a high chance to get to open. Sorry, they have a high chance to open Maxi. They have a high chance to open Ash or Impermanence. Impermanence is very strong against Aluber. Kind of a choke point because now Blooded Fusion is at 2. And this is also a grass version. Ash, I mean, it negates the main card of the deck. Maxi is annoying, but at least we can go for Mirror J Pass. Because we don't have any play, we have to draw 2. Okay, and we have to pass. Uh, Normal penny, special red. It wasn't a great open from my opponent. And again, this is the choke point that I was talking about like 2 games ago. Sprint is strong, but if you ash the nimble angler, you kind of stop him. You wait for the nimble angler. If you try to ash the sprint, they can call by the grave, and then it's annoying. Okay, they have cross out, it's fine, but we got called by the grave for the nimble angler. They got triple tag, so because they kind of freak, they have to draw two, but they already use the normal summon. And they didn't draw anything strong enough. So again, tragedy to get Branded Fusion. We can also draw because of regain. We have good follow up, even though the first tour wasn't fantastic. But they got another Ash. Second Ash, okay. We can get. Okay, yeah, Branded lost because my other play is normal summoning Falling of Albas and getting Mirror Jade. And from here, we can search for Mercurial for a monster negate, and that's most likely enough. The other play is also search for Cartesia fusions for Granginol, send anything for follow up. Okay, we go for Cartesia to get more big bodies. Granginol. We send Albion. Yeah, Albion to set Banishment or Branded in red. Branded in red is pretty fine. Also, we got Cartesia, so we have access to a Guardian Chimera with one or two materials from the hand. Okay, and they scoop. All right, that was like the main games that I wanted to showcase. Those were my games during the grind, so that's why I say that I farm sprites. Let's see a game where I lost, and let's see what went wrong with that. Okay, we're going second. Normal red, special blue, full combo. This is sprite. Print. So in this scenario, I wouldn't ash because they already have a negate in the form of sprite red. It would be better to just keep the ash for my next turn. Okay, they spray L, they get back the frog, sing another frog, banish the frog for running Toadin, Masquerina. Yeah, yeah. And they also got access to the Ogni negate. That's almost full combo, right? They only miss the red on the M board. So let's see. This is the reason why I don't like Ad libitum that much. In this deck specifically, it doesn't do that much because this is not branded Despia. This is branded Bestials, but also have some consistency with the addition of Tragedy. Ad libitum could be like a power play with branded in red to get Chimera to revive Mirror Jade. But sometimes I feel it's like a win more card that is not doing too much. Okay, we get Allure, we can banish either Mercurier or Tragedy. Tragedy is probably the best option to get access to Allure. Okay, we got Allure. And then we mulligan for another card, and we got Super Poly. We send Retribution for that. So this is probably the mistake that I made. I was very happy to activate it before they have the option to revise something. And that's the mistake. I should have activated Branded Loss first. That's it. That would have given me another card like Artesia to be able to break the board, maybe. But because I didn't want to give them value with the elf reviving anything, I activated Super Poly immediately, which is a mistake in my opinion. I should have discard at Leviton instead of discarding Landed Loss, in my opinion. Okay, we get the Garuda. They go for the Omni. Also, Garuda cannot attack. And they got Impermanence. This is the thing. Impermanence got access to my Branded Fusion. And from there, it's very hard to win because no Branded Fusion, GG. And they go for the Ogni before I could do anything. Mary Melfis to bounce my Aluber. I try to get something else, I don't know. I guess I am trying to survive now. But yeah, now they can get Elf anyway. So my efforts to get rid of the Elf didn't work. Okay, I discard Aluber to get another Aluber to have access to Planet Fusion. But it doesn't matter, like, they can play through all of that. Even though we lost, we had a chance. Also, we kind of misplaced, so maybe a better play would have led to a win. This will be the last game. It's another game against a top 100 player from the qualifiers. And we are also going tech. Okay, so normal maxi, special jet, search starter, you know, it's Sprite. I don't know about the sequencing. I don't know if it's the best sequence of plays because I am not an Sprite expert. I have played Sprite before, but I am not like an specialist on Sprite. Again, this could be a very good dash. So this is most likely full combo, isn't it? Like they got before we see the play, they got access to Elf, Carrot, the Ogni negation. They have an interruption with Sprint, Melfi of the Forest, for Sprint and also for negate whatever I summon. Masquerina. They got access to blue for follow up, and I guess red. Oh, I thought they got red, but it seems like they didn't. Okay, but I feel like this is almost full combo, isn't it? Plus two sets. So we start with Super Poly. Like the rule of thumb is to get rid of Elf and Carrot. You can also like get rid of Caddy and Melfi of the Forest. But I feel that the stronger play is just get rid of these two guys. So we go Garuda again. They activate the Caddy and they activate the Sprint. So they are bouncing my Garuda and they are getting the Ogni. So now they don't have that many interruptions. This is still a lot because they have the Ogni, Masquerina, and two sets. But we got rid of Elf, Carrot, and these two guys. They masking now to get Elf. So see what we do here. Like we send Branded Fusion with Albion because now we have access to it thanks to Tragedy. And we were lucky to have Call by the Grey for the Carrot. So Allure, and they got Maxil as the last card, as always. And they also activate Pinning. Okay, okay. We have two options. We cannot activate Tragedy and just get the Branded Fusion from the graveyard, but they can also like negate it, and we don't have follow up from the next turn. So I decided to activate Tragedy with the idea of normal Aluber, and from there getting the Branded Fusion. If they activate impermanence, we can change Super Poly. Or we can just Super Poly right now. I think it's also another place. Why? Because we can just battle over it. Okay, they activate started to get the follow-up of blue. From here, I think we had like three plays. We had like three plays which were normal Aluber, activate Aluber, and try to get Branded Fusion, but they can negate it with Herald. The other play was normal Aluber and not activating anything and just attack over them and pray for the next turn to not be strong for them. Or the last play was what I did, which was attack over Herald, hoping that they don't have another interruption. So we can use normal Aluber without them having the Ogni negation, search for Blended Fusion, and activate Blended Fusion, having a Mirror Jade or Rimbrund for the opponent's turn. But they got Smashers. So yeah, what we can do. Normal Aluber, they change Herald of the Arc like, and we have to pass. Now we have to pray that they don't have anything playable. And they don't have it. So from here we can banish Tragedy as the follow-up, set Branded Fusion, activate Branded Fusion, and make the plays. We can normal, pardon, we can special Albion, banish maybe Aluber and Falling of Albas, summon Luvelion, discard something, get Mirror Jade, a special the Beast Rebellion sacrificing Albion. And maybe we are missing some damage, maybe. But they scope. So yeah, that was the game. Even if they go the full combo, we still have chances. And in my opinion, you shouldn't concede because you can always stop the super poly, allure, the size if you are paying it, grass. So that's the video for now. I hope you like it. If you enjoy it, please give this video a like, maybe share it, or join to the Discord community because we have been like working on branded lists. Obviously, we are not playing the cringe expulsion lock. It's not optimal and it's not good. On playability is not like enjoyable at all. This is the deck list that we have been working um, from one of the community members of the Discord that they suggest to cut the desires, cut the TDTs, and add the patchwork engine. And I like this deck a lot. Like it's all gas, grass, branded pistials, despia. So that's it. Peace, branded best deck.